You'll notice for each of these problems, they do have a logarithm in it. We're not going to throw away everything we've learned before. We still want to undo the order of operations until we get a single log by itself. Once the single log is completely by itself, then we can change to exponential form. So in this one, what's preventing the single log from being by itself is that -4 in the front. So I'm going to divide both sides by -4. These cancel, and what we've accomplished is we have a single logarithm now by itself.
Teachers, please release all tennis players. Teachers, please release all tennis players. Thank you.
Go Bears. All right, then after we get that single log, we're going to change to exponential. That 2 tunnels under, and so that log is gone, and I'll have 5x equals 2 to the power of 3. So tunneling that 2 under, okay, 5x equals 2 to the 3rd. Now finish evaluating. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. And then divide both sides by 5, and I get 8/5. Please remember that you always want to check anytime your original equation has a log of x, we need to make sure that we're not taking the log of 0 or a negative number when I plug that back in. So if I plug 8/5 back into the original, 5 multiplied by 8/5 is a positive number, so that's okay. So 8/5 is our final answer. So here's one more. I'm going to undo the order of operations. So I'm going to subtract 1 to get the log by itself. Okay, so subtract 1 and subtract 1. All right, so then I have log base 2 of -5x equals, and 4 minus 1 is 3. Now that I have a single log by itself, that 2 is going to tunnel under, and when that tunnels under, that's going to be 2 to the power of 3. So I'll have -5x equals 2 to the power of 3, and it finishes basically the same. 2 to the 3rd, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. Divide both sides by -5. Double check. You always want to make sure you check. So if I plug -8/5 back in here, -5 multiplied by -8/5 is a positive number. So I would be taking a log of a positive, which is okay. So -8/5 is my final answer. But please, again, I can't say this enough. Every time you get an answer and your original equation had a log in it, substitute the numbers back into the original to make sure you're not taking the log of 0 or a negative number.